Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be here with our second game of Doja of the night. It's going to be Duza Gaming going up against Goomba Gaming. Gaming's all around here in the game number 2 of the winners semi-finals
5 seconds
in the DGM-Cup. And you know, this is actually a pretty important match right now, as obviously whoever wins this goes through to the main winners finals, so they can have that advantage going to that best of 5 to see who makes it through the losers bracket. While whoever loses, they're going to drop down and either go up against House of Gamers or, I've got the stuff here, yep, House of Gamers or Union Gaming, as in two teams you don't really want to have to go up against right now. So both of them very, very strong, both of them just wrecking their way through the loser and a little bit the upper bracket right now. Obviously, of these two teams right now, we do see that Goomba Gaming, they did a pretty good job in the group stage. I think getting first, they ended up beating House of Gamers in their first game, 2-1. And end up going through to the semi-finals of the winners bracket, while Duza Gaming actually haven't won anything in the upper bracket yet. They did get a default win against Not Today, so they technically went 2-0 up, but Not Today, there were just issues with the server. Not Today basically said, if we can't play on a server that doesn't give us less than 200 ping, then I guess we're going to just drop out of the winners bracket and see what happens. As yes, in fact, it looked like they dropped out the entire tournament, which is a bit of a shame, as they did also give up against Union Gaming, who I think probably would have given them a pretty good ping between the two, as aren't they both in the same area of the country, or at least closer than a lot of the places. Either way, though, we're going to be seeing the Ogre Magi going to get picked up as the first pick on Goomba Gaming. And Ogre Magi didn't really work out there for Duza Gaming, but at the same time, he's still a very, very good pick. You can play him off-lane because of the huge amount of mana and health regen he has. And if we have a quick look at how... Yeah, he did get a small nerf in the last patch. The cast range of Fire Blast decreased quite considerably, and the Fire Blast damage reduced by about 20 to 5 to 20 depending on the level. Which, you know, if you get a triple cast, can actually add up. And, you know, that's around about 15-20 more damage that you would have previously had. And that kind of damage can add up. Can, you know, lose you games. Dota is all about those little moments, all about those little times. And we are going to be waiting for this first pick coming out from Duza. And it's a little bit worrying for me that Duza Gaming ended up eating into their extra time. Because here's the thing about first picks, as in first and second picks, although they're important, they're also pretty static. In terms of, there's basically a pool of around about 5 to 10 heroes that are considered to be tier 1 material in the Dota 2 competitive world, and you pick or ban those. Which generally means that although some teams will wait the full 30 bonus seconds they have just to discuss their additional picks, to see a team eat into 50 seconds of their reserve time is a little bit worrying, as it does suggest that maybe they're not 100% sure as to what they want to go for. Obviously, it is a little bit early days. We are missing the Slark and Ancient Apparition being picked up from Duza Gaming Squad. And
reserve time.
Ancient Apparition, another one of those supports that have kind of, you know, increased in popularity over the last few moments, as in you didn't get any buffs or nerfs in the last patch. Unlike Slark, who got a small pounce damage reduction. But at the same time, a lot of teams have realised that if you compare him with another support that has a stun, his ultimate is pretty good, his cold feet's amazing, his chilling touch allows you to basically win early game teamfights, or early game or 1v1 ganking moments. We are going to be waiting for these the second pick from Goomba. And it looks like they may have been maybe changing their own strategy right now, as obviously Ancient Apparition and Slark do kind of change how you have to play. Then Slark has kind of fluctuated between not being picked at all and picked up as a tier 1 pick. And we do see the Elder Titan getting picked up in response. So we've already got our 2 supports coming out from Goomba Gaming, and that means there still needs 3 more calls coming out, unless he decides to run the Elder Titan on that offlane role. And we haven't really seen the Elder Titan that much on the offlane recently, just because how good he is on support. He doesn't really need that many items to just have his natural order do its thing. Now the Death Prophet does get banned out.
Radiant team ban.
And something, if I was Goomba, I'd probably ban out the Tidehunter. As we do actually see the Vengeful Spirit gets banned out. Which does, I guess, make some sense, as there's only a few tier 1 picks on the support role that have a stun, and Vengeful Spirit is one of them, and he's a very, very good combo with the Ancient Apparition.
10 seconds remaining.
Either way, we can wait for this last ban, and with the last ban,
5 seconds
they've got to be a
remaining.
bit worried about anything that also reduces armor, as in heroes that are good at that armor
time.
reduction, and possibly the Razor as well, since his ultimate does reduce armor. Tie that in with the Elder Titan in his natural order, and you can quickly start getting into huge damage numbers just from ordinary right clicks without the increase. We do see a Storm Spirit getting banned out.
Dire team pick.
That tells me that maybe they're going to go for a slightly more passive support, maybe something like a Disruptor or a Silencer. Something that doesn't need that lockdown per se that a Storm Spirit, that if you pick up, just gets completely destroyed by. Now, as things are going, Duza
10 seconds
going to be
remaining.
waiting for their first pick, and both these two teams are actually slowing down with their
5
picks in general.
seconds remaining.
Just taking their time, chilling out.
Reserve time.
As Duza, this is really where they need to decide, are they going to go for that super amount of early game team fights with the Ancient Apparition? They're going to go for a more snowbally pick-off lineup with the Slark, or they're just going to go use those two heroes as kind of utility heroes and just simply go for another solid strategy, as we've seen Abaddon picked up as a third pick.
Radiant
Now
team
that's something. It does make sense to some extent, as it gives you a loss of 5 ability in heroes. It stops any possible Ogre Magi plus other stun combo, as in the shield is just an amazing skill. But at the same time, it does leave them open to possibly being against an aggressive tri-lane, just because of how weak Abaddon is before he hits level 6. Of course,
10 seconds
with a Slark and
remaining.
Ancient Apparition to help you, and the fact that Abaddon's not exactly the
5 seconds
squishiest
remaining.
of the support, they should be fine should that happen. But at the
Reserve
same
time.
time, it is a pick we generally don't see just because of he has a little bit of mana issues. If you don't focus him, he's a bit useless. His shield, although can be amazing, in team fights gets blown through in seconds, mostly used as a kind of a stun remover. But either way, we're all going to be here on the last few moments. As there we go, Zeus gets picked up.
Dire team pick.
And it looks like Goomba Gaming, they're going to be trying to do what Duza Gaming attempted last game. And now it's going to have to be a Duza Gaming that's a little bit worried about this Tidehunter pick. As in, the Tidehunter works in most lineups, but if you have that Tidehunter Zeus, Elder Titan, that's a lot of AoE damage, and Omni Knight comes out as well.
Radiant team pick.
That could be offlane, I guess offlane Slark or mid Slark with an Omni Knight carry? This is game number 2 right now, and as I've always said in any game, game number 2 out of best of 3 series is where all the super duper cheesy stuff starts coming out. It's where all the pocket strats make their way. Generally from both teams, as in, if you've lost your first game, you've only got one chance to make it back to tie the game up, so let's go for your cheesy
Dire
strats.
team
While
ban.
if you're the dude who won the game, well, you need only one game to win. If you lose it, you've got another one to hold on to, so let's go for a cheesy strat and see if we can just win this game. Obviously, you wouldn't probably call it cheese per se, as in that is a...
10
That's a phrase I end up
remaining.
getting a little bit from StarCraft 2, as it's basically any kind of strategy that
5
can be
seconds
countered if you know what's
remaining.
happening in advance. And the Omni Knight is a very, very,
Reserve time.
very interesting pickup, as in he's very, very popular in pubs because of his ultimate kind of confuses pubs, and buying a diffusal blade
Radiant
scares
team
them.
ban.
Now we are going to be seeing the puck getting
Dire
banned out
team
along with the
pick.
Tinker. Now that's an interesting ban out from Duza Gaming. I don't think they were going to go for a Tinker pick just because of they've got a Spectre and a Zeus already. Where would the Tinker go? But I guess they were just a little bit worried of going up against that Tinker again, and mostly respect ban, I feel, coming out from Duza Gaming. Either way, though, we're going to be waiting for their last pickup. They do have a lot of melee heroes, so I would be like to see some kind of ranged mid.
10
Maybe
seconds
even something
remaining.
like a trying to
5
think of something to
seconds
do well. As in,
remaining.
the Viper's already kind of got removed from the pool. Death Prophet's out of there as well. You could go for an
Reserve time.
Invoker, just simply go all in on this huge snowballing magic damage kind of lineup. But in reality, I feel that the puck was one of the better picks that Duza Gaming could have picked up right there, as it kind of fit in with their group up for team fights, use the Omni Knight to win early game engagements kind of lineup.
10 seconds.
Now on the
remaining.
Goomba Gaming side, they're going to be going playing 4 versus... Ooh, we see a Legion Commander.
Radiant
Now
team
this is actually really interesting right here, as we're actually seeing a lot of melee heroes, and that means that Elder Titan's actually going to be having a very, very nice time, because it's going to be pretty easy for them to get the opposing team into that natural order position, as we're going to be seeing the Queen of Pain picked up.
Dire
Obviously, the Queen of
team
Pain
pick.
actually got a quite considerable buff in this last patch, so maybe a few more teams are going to be considering picking her up, as, you know, the blink range increased to 1,300 at all levels. The blink cooldown increased to early levels, but it scales back to the ordinary thing at level 4. Sonic Wave does pure damage and affects spell immune, although it was reduced slightly to take into account the fact that magic damage no longer, magic resistance no longer affects it. The Queen of Pain is actually a lot more survivable now compared to what she used to be,
Prepare for battle.
with a range of 1,300, which is always nice to see, and we are actually going to be seeing no beginning of a game pause, so let's go straight into all of this. As this is going to be the game number 2 between Goomba and Duza. Goomba currently 1 game up. We are going to be having Chris with 2 Z's instead of S's being played on by Spectre. We've got Gasha on the Ogre Magi playing on the support, going to be helping out his carry to get all that farm. We've got Zeus going to be played by EDE, going to be playing support Zeus in fact. Satyr on the middle lane is going to be a Queen of Pain being played by Exist. And last but not least, here on the off lane, we have got the Elder Titan, who's going to be played by Chill. On the opposite side, though, we do see they kind of gone as a 3-man here in the jungle, trying to get a little bit of control. We've got a Badon being played by Limbo. We've got A-Sharp Russian being played by Smiley. King R replacing Iceberg, who I think was having a few issues in the last game, playing on that Slark with a pretty sweet Slark set. We've got the Legion Commander going to be played by Iceberg. I do apologize, I got that wrong. And last but not least, we are going to be having the Omni Knight going to be played by Maiden. As we do see that a little bit of an engagement happening here on the bottom already. In fact, both these two sides already kind of fighting over the runes, and both of them are going to go to Duza. So very nice work from them. Now it looks like they are going to be going for an aggressive tri-lane here, and this does make sense to some extent. This Zeus is very, very weak in tri-lane versus tri-lane situations, and Chris Z on that Spectre isn't going to be having a fun time. On the other hand, this isn't really a lineup that I would have thought went for an aggressive tri-lane. I guess this is what's going to surprise Goomba. Well, not surprise them anymore, as they're going to see it's happening already, but this Spectre, are we going to be seeing Goomba just try and go for the rotation? That's what I have to wonder. As he's not really going to be getting any amount of last hits right there. Just because of the amount of potential damage coming out from all these heroes on the Duza squad. And meanwhile, here on the mid lane, we are going to be seeing a Queen of Pain going up against a Legion Commander. And the Legion Commander is probably the slight favourite, just because... Yep, as we just see right there, we have got the press the attack to remove that Shadow Strike. So she can't really kill the Iceberg right there. And on the top lane, we're going to be having a Elder Titan against an Omni Knight of all things, which I think is going to be mostly equal, maybe slightly in favour of Chill due to that natural order additional bonus damage. So the main issue is going to be down here on the bottom, which I do think is very, very in favour of Duza, just because of this Spectre needs the farm, and he's not going to be able to get the farm that he wants. And in fact, he has been pounced up right now. King R may be in a huge amount. Well, King R's going for the damage, but Abaddon gets it with a shield, and that is going to be 1-0. First blood already coming out, and well, this tri-lane's basically already lost at this point. I've been giving the Abaddon that early farm, already been able to pick up his boots, even going to be even more annoying, and this Spectre just can't go anywhere near this Slark at the moment. We do see Abaddon making sure there's no pulling going on, no shenanigans. Though there is a D-ward kind of snuck right in between these trees in a good position. while the Queen of Pain continues to be annoying. And in fact, we do see Iceberg could be in a bit of trouble. But luckily, this Queen of Pain doesn't have any ability to blink up yet either. A little bit out of mana as the bottle is going to be picked up pretty soon by her. And everything kind of slows down, as in apart from on this tri-lane, there's no real kill potential. Although, talking about kill potential, we do see the Iceberg to have spot that Gasha. Can Gasha get the stun off? He gets the ignite off. Iceberg may be in a bunch of trouble. One more right click will be enough. Can he bottle through his way? The Abaddon's going to be able to save him, and Gasha taking a whole bunch of damage there by the tower. A little bit unfortunate. He should be fine. Although the Abaddon does have boots. He's going to be a lot more faster than the Ogre Magi right now.
Dire's middle tower
By around
is
about
under
15
attack.
movement speed. Although that ignite's going to be more than enough to keep him alive, and he's going to be able to rotate away. Meanwhile, we do see Queen of Pain picking herself up a double damage. Now, while that's happening, we see Spectre kind of continuing not to farm, which is a problem. The Slock has also got the highest farm in the game, and we do actually see Omni Knight somehow kills the Elder Titan, diving all the way behind the
Radiant's
tier 1
top
tower,
is
just
under attack.
showing the power of that hero right there. And that is surprising. And meanwhile, the Queen of Pain, though, gonna be able to pick up a kill right now. As in, even if she doesn't catch up and get that last right click, the Shadow Blade probably going to be enough. Or Shadow Strike probably going to be enough to pick up that kill. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 right there. So a nice trade, a nice counter. And this moment, we kind of see Goomba's given up on the Spectre. They're kind of going to be hoping that Spectre can make a comeback. Maybe he's going to go for the more early game build of getting a Diffusal Blade. Makes a lot of sense if he's against on the night. We do see he has going to be pounced here behind the tier 1 tower. The shield is going to come out as well. Chrissy desperate trying to get away. He doesn't have anything though, and he's going to get nuked down there. In the meanwhile, the Zuzo trying to do something in return. We see King Art almost going to get taken out, but not going to be quite enough. We see Ogre Magi going to get stood off. Limbo.
Radiant's bottom tower
Kind of
is
in a little
under
bit of
attack.
limbo, but at the same time, there's no ignite anywhere near. The clarity going to get removed on Ogre Magi's side, and that is going to be basically a 1-for-nothing as Duza Gaming. They kind of lost the first game, but came out strong. As we do see Exist trying to go for the kill, going to have to be forced to blink away as everyone was there. Sadly, as in, if it wasn't for that press of the attack, that would have been a very, very dead Ancient Apparition. But still, Queen of Pain kind of still being annoying, as she does hit level 6 for the first time, so going to be able to pick up her ultimate. Doesn't have that bottle though. That haste rune did get
Dire's
removed
top
as
tower is under attack.
while that's happening. We do see that Queen of Pain is beating the Legion Commander slightly, 20-6 versus 15-7. While the Slark is just destroying the Spectre in terms of farm. The Spectre's already died twice. He's not having a fun time. I think the Spectre's farm right now is not super extra special awesome. Meanwhile, in the top lane, mostly equal apart from the Omni Knight kill, which is going to give him a little bit of a level advantage as well. Quite a bit of a level advantage as well. Not quite in terms of last hits, though, as this Elder Titan's been doing a pretty good job at getting those last hits, getting that damage. We see Chill being in a bit of trouble right now, so we see that Aura just coming into handy, and Chill, he's kind of trying to run away, but he's getting blocked. Lovely play there coming out for Maiden. The TP support is going to be coming in to try and help as Chill's desperately trying to get away, but he's just getting slowly but surely nuked down time after time. The heal comes out, the creep wave coming in. He might get a second kill right now. Maiden, he's just taking his spoon, right clicking down. The slowest 2 kills ever to happen ever. So he is going to get the heal off. No, he isn't. Barely not getting it off. The ultimate going to get thrown out by the Queen of Pain, and they will get that return, but a 2-for-1 coming out from Omni Knight. Just ran around right clicking people. I think, like, just slowly shuffled away helplessly. Because you have to remember, he's got kind of double slows right now. The melee slow of 12% coming out from the Orb of Venom, plus the 18% from movement, from the Degen Aura. And that's going to make this very melee-heavy team on Goomba very, very sad. Yes, that's the official Dota term, sad. Now, the only lane that's still kind of equal in favor of Goomba is this mid lane, and the Queen of Pain has been doing a pretty good job, although she is kind of being forced to rotate around, and this is the issue that you have when the other lanes are kind of losing this hard, in the sense of that you kind of feel forced to leave this mid lane pretty quickly to try and turn things around, maybe before you've got those items that you really want. As we do see, she's managed to pick up herself up power treads, and that's about it. Meanwhile, we do see Spectre kind of hoping to pick up Smiley right now. Ancient Apparition, can they get the vision? But the Ancient Apparition is actually a little bit faster than the Spectre right now. And the Ancient Apparition are going to be able to get back. And Queen of Pain rotating down for the thing, while the Abaddon picks up a kill. Very nice stuff there as Eldritine goes down once more. And we're just seeing right now that Goomba Gaming, they don't really have a lot of stuns, but they've got a whole bunch of slows coming out. And that's very, very detrimental to this Goomba squad that's filled with a lot of melee heroes. There we are, kind of seeing both teams kind of rotating here through the middle. Legion Commander taking a bunch of damage, but she has got press the attack and going to be able to pick up that whatever rune spawns up here. Going to be the bounty rune. Yeah, even the Queen of Pain being a little bit too late for that rune. In fact, Ancient Apparition even steals away that bottle charges. That's actually pretty hard on that Queen of Pain right there. In the meanwhile, if I have a quick look at the experience, it is around about 3k in favor of Duza, with the gold being roughly similar, which is actually very big here. Only 8 minutes in, that's around about 500 gold per minute. And Iceberg, even the lane that they can do an okay in, this Iceberg is getting quite a bit of farm, thanks to the fact that Queen of Pain is being forced back due to having to go ganking all the time. Obviously, you do have to remember that the Legion Commander may be in the Queen of Pain. This is still a best of 3 for their team, and they are 1 game ahead, meaning that even if they lose this, they do have the opportunity to bring it back. And Spectre is always a potential. I think Fantasy exists, going of the kill, almost getting it with the ultimate. I think if she had the Shadow Blade on there, or Shadow Strike, that would have been enough, but Queen of Pain going to get forced back, and she's going to go back home to base. While the Abaddon, kind of 2 supports fighting it out, though the Abaddon's a little bit more farm than the Zeus right now. By little, I mean a lot. And in fact, we see that EDE going to take a bunch of damage, but the real issue right now we have is the Slark. The Slark going to initiate are not going to get the pounce though. Gasher just going to be annoyed, tickled by that little fishy blade. As it looks like Slark going for a Shadow Blade. What MMR is this? You generally don't see Shadow Blades in pro games just because of Shadow Blades, one of those items in which you can buy 180 gold items to counter what's basically a 3k investment. You generally prefer to get a Blink Dagger on the Slark, but it is a little bit harder to build. On the other hand, if you do pick up a Slark with that Shadow Blade, it does kind of force the enemy supports to get those wards. It kind of hurts them in their money, which is where Duza is hurting, where Goomba is hurting right now. Now, both these two sides, after the flurry of kills initially from Duza, this is actually quite low-scoring game, surprisingly, as we do actually see that the Omni Knight just being super annoying still. As, what is he going for right now? He's got 1.5k gold. What's his next item going to be? Is he going to go for an Aghanim Scepter? You know, he's going to go for a pretty fast Aghanim Scepter. If he really wanted to. As we do see, Zeus might be in a bunch of trouble. As this Legion's going to have his Blink Dagger soon. In around about 2 seconds. So 11-minute blink. Although the Queen of Pain looks like she wants to initiate as well, so both these two teams kind of waiting, as Bandit's taking a whole bunch of damage for no apparent reason, but she does have that regen rune, so she's more than happy to just sit there and get a little bit more farm. And Blink Dagger is already on its way. And yeah, it looks like I want to go for this. Gun Initiate on, gets the duel off of Nuke Zez. Huge amounts of nuking damage. Can they get the kill? A few more right clicks. Gonna be enough. Not gonna get the extra damage, but at the same time, Legion Commander is desperately trying to get away. Is not gonna be able to regen up thanks to that Zeus popping his ultimate. But at the same time, the Spectre popped his ultimate, and that's gonna be another kill there coming out for Iceberg. Iceberg just coming in and wrecking face, taking names, and giving those names to other people's face. She's wrecked. As we see the T1 tower starting to get a little bit of harassment. As for the first time, Eldritine will actually take down the Ancient Apparition. Very nice solo kill for him. But at the same time, not going to be able to trade T1 towers. This is going to be 8-3 right now in favor of Duza. Although it's taking him a little bit of a while. The ultimate coming out from Queen of Pain. Huge amounts of nuking damage, but she might go down right now. Existing huge amounts of trouble. Do they have a stop to come out on the other side? We do see that the shield gonna be nearly enough, but nearly isn't quite good enough. And that is going to be a 1-for-0 right there, as Duza kind of got a bit too greedy.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They got a bit too greedy. They took the ultimate to the face, didn't rotate back, and they lost a support because of it.
Middle tower is under attack.
Now, while this is happening, Spectre not really doing very much, as in he's currently on 14 last hits and 1 deny, which is just not where you want to be seeing your Spectre right now in terms of a farm. In fact, he's lower than the enemy support, who's kind of playing on that 4-for-1. As we see Legion Commander going to pick himself up another kill. This one's going to be a duel winner. That's going to be 10 more damage, and you don't want to give those damages to Legion Commander. So you see she has picked herself up that haste.
Middle tower is under attack.
And this is going to be a tier 1 tower going down. There's no fortification. Not without something amazing coming out from the rest of the team. We do see the Elder Titan going to pick up one in return, and the TPs are going to be coming out. Slot going to go pop off that Shadow Blade. Can he pick up the Elder Titan? Going to get the first hit. Can he do enough damage for a TP's out? Yes, he can. King trying to go huge right now. Omni Knight picks up a Blink Dagger. Going for Blink Dagger, Omni Knight. My favourite. Yeah, there's two kinds of carry Omni Knight you can go. You can go Blink Dagger, blink onto the opposing team, get those heal bombs off, or you can go for Aghanims and just simply go, well, if you take a team fight anywhere on the map, we're going to win, because I have an ultimate. That's amazing. Look at my ultimate. My ultimate's amazing. Although we do see that the Omni Knight is being harassed out a little bit by that Ignite. And this is giving Spectre a little bit of time to farm. I say a little bit because the Spectre still is severely underfarmed, and he's nowhere near the items he needs to. A relic is a huge, distant dream. We do see a possible gank coming out, but the Queen of Pain's already rotated down. They kind of realize that this is the next logical move for Duza, so we're going to try and counter this with the Queen of Pain movement. Exist.
Regeneration.
Trying to keep his team to exist in this game. That one wasn't even very good. And it looks like Duza then want to start pressuring this tier 1 tower, because if they can get this tier 1 tower, then all of a sudden this Spectre, it comes a lot harder for him to farm. We just see the TPs coming in. You got kind of all three of them coming out. The Astral Spirit doing its work. It looks like they want to go for Sheriff right now. We do see the dagger comes out. The stomp as well. And Band Iceberg has got kind of stomped up. They're not going to try and initiate it. It's still a 4 versus 4. Astral Spirit going to be trying to catch some people out. Limbo. Not really going to be doing taking in damage thanks to that shield. As we see Limbo basically just saying I can tank you harder than anyone else can tank before. Obviously the ultimate going to get popped out by Exist. The AA ultimate is going to be perfect. Nuking down the Queen of Pain right there and expecting maybe in much trouble. The Elder Titan ultimate is going to be enough. He blinks away. Maiden, can he get out? No, he can't. The ultimate by Zeus is going to be enough. Picking himself up 2 kills right there. And Slot Zuso is going to get taken out by the Slog, and that is going to be a 2 for 2. So a very nice job right there. We see Spectre going in for even more kills. Trying to get the last minute damage, but the Legion Commander is going to be enough, and Legion Commander should win this duel pretty easily, picking up another 10 damage as his winner. Slot trying to get out of there ASAP. And Iceberg may in fact go down right now. It's actually going to be a pretty good kill. Yes, it will be. Ogre Magi doing a very nice job there, getting huge amounts of cash. And that's actually going to be, for the first time, 18 fight in favor of Goomba, a 3 for 4. Goomba just making the work happen. But while this happens, they did lose another few tier 1 towers up here on top, and it is going to keep making it harder for them to farm eventually. As they lose even more map control, they can't keep it up indefinitely. Either way, we do see Slark, he's got enough gold for a Blink Dagger. Doubt he's going to go for it right now. Probably, yep, going to go for his Scotty next. This Elder Titan, he's in a little bit of a no man's land right now. We just see that the Omni Knight going for the right clicks. Can he get out? He does have a Blink Dagger in a few more seconds. Going to go chasing. The Slot coming in to help as well. Can he get the pounce? Can he get right click? Can he do anything? We do see King is going to be able to defend himself using that repel plus ultimate.
Radiant's bottom
But at the same
tower
time,
is
they
under
did
attack.
pop a little bit to try and pick up that kill. A few TP
Radiant
rotations, but they are going to pick up a
structures
T1
are
tower
fortified.
in return. So, still in Duza's favour. As we have a quick look at the gold, and it is
Radiant's
around about
bottom
6k
tower
net
has
worth
fallen.
in favour of the Russian squad. And meanwhile, Slark looking. Ooh, we might just get a free Spectre right now. That is just sad. Spectre being in the wrong place at the wrong time, getting taken out because of it. Yeah, sad little Spectre losing all that gold. In fact, I think he did end up going down to the neutral creeps. Yeah, he did. So it wasn't a kill from Spectre, but at the same time, it does stop him from farming. And he's gone below his own supports right now. He's below the Ogre Magi on his team, as in this Spectre just isn't having a fun time. Chris, the ZZ stands for what his farm's doing right now, as he does eventually overtake his own Zeus right now. Although Slark is going to take out the Zeus. Very nice pick off right there. We see even more kills coming in. Ogre Magi going in for more stuns. Exist might go down right now, trying to blink away. She's not going to shatter though. And in fact, we see Limbo just going huge right now. He has still got his ultimate. Maiden does have his ultimate as well. Going to be trying to go initiate in. He's kind of just keeps himself up. The pound's going to come out. Gasha just can't get away. And Chris may be in a bunch of trouble as well. Chris, can he get out? He does have the blade. And the Queen of Pain's there to help. And Maiden, yeah, gonna realise that Suspector's not got anywhere to be found. But either way, that's gonna be another pretty nice win there. It looks like Legion Commander wants to go in for more.
Radiant's middle tower
his
is
duel.
under attack.
And they are going to start initiating there, and Spectre goes down once again.
Under attack.
That is just painful. As this is currently 10 to 17, but in reality, although the kills look kind of equal, as in 10 to 17 isn't terrible, the real thing we're seeing here is that Spectre has no farm. By no farm, I mean literally no farm. He's got boots and Urn 20 minutes in. We do see another kill that goes out onto the Elder Titan. They might be able to pick up one in return. But Limbo, he still has his ultimate, so it's going to be pretty difficult for them to try and take him out. We do see Limbo trying to use his ultimate at the right moment. But we see Exist kind of helping the enemy team, and some nice stuff there coming out. Limbo, can they pick up Exist right now? The Blink is going to come out. He is going to get dodged, and the pounce onto Gasha. The A ultimate. Gonna hit nobody. As the Queen of Pain is going to be able to escape for a little bit. And in fact, she is doing a huge amount of damage right there. The ultimate from Zeus. Nuking down all the players right there. Well, only one player. We see that Slark is just on a monster kill right now. Getting that Zeus. And he's pretty close to Scarlet right now. Only one more ultimate orb and a recipe away. On the meanwhile, we do see Legion Commander, having won 3 duels, is currently sitting on plus 34 damage, and this is starting to get a little bit worried. Well, I say starting to get a little bit worrying. Goomba is very, very worried right now. The Spectre is the second lowest farmer in the game. When your Spectre has the word second lowest in the same sentence to describe how things are going for them, it's not going very well. You actually see the Scardy game picked up on the Slark, who's the highest farmer in the game by quite a considerable amount. As the Ancient Apparition is going to be able to pick up a nice ultimate kill right there on to the Elder Titan. Just nuking him down, getting that assassination. And we do see that, ooh, this could be a very dead Ogre Magi, as we see the Iceberg coming in. Hoping to get a little bit more than the... Glad I stopped saying that one. Obviously, Ogre Magi trying to go in onto here on the Ancient Apparition. There's lots and lots of luck coming out here onto Gasho, but the ultimate coming out from Legion Commander. Gonna get, well, doesn't even need to get the duel out. Sadly, no bashes for Iceberg. And while that's happening, we do see that Slark picks up Spectre again. Picking up a godlike, and this Spectre, 0, 6 and 6. Only 40 last hits, 21 minutes into the game. I don't want to say it's over for Goomba, as they've always got a chance with a Spectre on their team, but it is looking very dire. Well, on Duza's side, even though they're playing dire, it's anything but, as frankly, they might even take a Roshan right here, and they've just got all the gold they want. We see the Slarky's got a Skadi, 800 gold, got a Shadow Blade. You've got Legion Commander, who's been winning duels left, right, and center. Looks like she's going to be going for a BKB. Being able to pick up that Ogre Club, and just look at that slow coming out from Roshan. He's doing like no attack damage. It's like the slowest right click. It's Christmas. He's got a Santa hat. He's a little bit drunk on eggnog, and he's like, please stop waking me up and making noise. And meanwhile, we do see a possible tier 1 attempt coming out from Goomba, but having said that, something I've just noticed, there's no tier 1 towers having gone down yet for Duza. That is really a doozy, so to say. As we see that Limbo may be in trouble trying to get out. He's going to pop a shield off. He does have his ultimate up still, as he is going to try and go initiate on the A ultimate. Gonna miss. And we do see that they all rotate away. But they kind of threw a lot into that team fight right there. And they didn't get anything out of it onto one solo support hero. Even the Zeus ultimate being popped to try and burst through that shield and do the damage. But bursting through the shield or not, you see a possible gank here coming out from Slark. Not going to be able to find Chris though. In fact, it looks like they know where they are. As the two teams are kind of grouping up here on middle. The Shadow Blade going to get popped off along with that Repel. Can King R pick up a kill right here? As we do see the EDE kind of... Oh no, Chris might go down right here. The first click comes in. The Dark Pact. The mech. Will it be enough? One more right click. Yes, it will be. King R picks up another kill right there. The duel comes out as well. Instant winner. And the Queen of Pain does manage to blink away, but barely. In fact, will end up going down there to Legion Commander. That little last tick of damage coming in from that Blade Mail, causing her to shatter. That's going to be a 3 for nothing right there, as they dive behind the tier 2 tower with no real vision and still win the game. As in, that is just kind of says it all how this game is going right now for Goomba. The first game was a pretty close and fair, but ended up being lost on one team fight, but this right now is a slightly more one-sided effect. As it's currently 12 to 26, the gold is a downward spiral towards Duza's victory. 12k net worth. To put that in perspective, if that was a hill that was used as a theme park, it'd probably closed down to health and safety reasons. Stomp is going to come out, but King R still being a king and right-clicking down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Obviously standing in for Duza. And I think King R actually plays on a Spera, who's another team on the tournament. There's a little bit of a talk of that. We do actually see that Slark is going to get nuked down, but he's only going to lose his life number 1. And so they had to give up quite a bit to do that. We do see Sheriff going to be able to Dark Pact away. The A ultimate going to coming in. It's going to hit all 3. Lovely A ultimate right there. We do see King R trying to go in for any more, but at the same time, he's going to rotate back as his ultimate is going to wear off. And that AA ultimate not going to be an Aghanim Scepter's. Duel comes in on Gasha. Can they get anything in return? The winner comes out. Winner for Legion Commander. 80 plus damage right now. Exists trying to make something happen, but at the same time, Maiden going to be more than safe with that cold press the attack coming out onto him, and that is going to be the sign for Duza to back off for a little bit. At the same time, every single engagement is going in the favor of Duza's side. That's just how it's happening right now. On the opposite side, though, we do see Goomba. They've got Spectre with... Spectre is literally the lowest farmer in the game right now. And has relegated himself to AFK tree killing with his Welling Blade. I think they're just ganking him so hard. And Spectre, he might go down once more. He gets tethered up. Can they find out where he is? He's trying to run away. The A ultimate is gonna miss. The duel comes out at the last moment. Can they actually get the reverse duel? No, they can't. Slark will take out Spectre at the last moment, and King R, though, trying to go down. The Orchid damage is going to be enough, and that's actually going to be a beyond godlike streak there going on to Zeus. Very nice job for him. As we see that Duza just kind of pressed a little bit too hard for that Spectre kill. I know that they want to keep that Spectre down from getting anything, but at the same time, they did just give Zeus a huge amount of gold right there as he picks up a Yule Scepter just straight up after killing that Zeus. And they're going to try and go for a tier 1, the first tier 1 they've actually managed to pick up this game. Should pick it up pretty quickly.
Will break.
Although we see Omni Knight just going absolutely balls to the wall. The AA ultimate coming out. Chillmar being in a bunch of trouble. The ultimate from Omni Knight. He will just leave for a little bit too long as we see Limbo trying to go in for kills of his own. And I'm not quite sure what he's doing right now. Maybe they're just being a little bit too confident, and Sheriff trying to get away. He's not going to get away. The Spectre ultimate coming in as well. Huge amounts of damage onto that support, and that's going to be, you know, basically 3 kills in a row for Duza, or at least 2 kills for nothing. And that was a little bit aggressive, to say the least, coming out from Duza. Maybe a little bit overconfident, as we do see that the AE ultimate is going to come out. Chris Z could be in a huge amount of trouble. Gets a duel off, and Chris is dead. There we go, another kill there coming out for the Duza squad. And that is going to be 116 damage stolen by the Legion Commander. Well, not stolen so much as gained. As in stolen would assume that he's actually draining it from the opposing team. He doesn't actually do that. It's gain damage, so whoever wins it gains it rather than taking it from the enemy team. Either way though, ignoring my small pedantic point, which no one cares about, we do have Kingar, who's sat here. He's got a Skull Basher, he's got huge amounts of gold. As in, at this moment, I'm not even sure what Duza can do to lose this without giving Spectre basically free farm. And they're not doing that. As in, Spectre has a blade of agility blade. 30 minutes into the game, the Ogre Magi on his team, everybody on the team is more farm than he is. This Duza squad have just been doing a good enough job of shutting it down. But you see Gasha gonna get nuked down. Will they be able to get the duel win? Yes, they will. The Elmer Spirit gonna be good enough, but the BKBs and repels coming in all around. AEO's back, gonna smash onto all 3. Absolutely crucial right there. Slot picking up 3 kills right there. Make that 4. Queen of Pain trying to make anything happen, but she just has to run away. Exist, trying to resist for a little few seconds longer. The Slark ultimate barely not in time, as Queen of Pain will be trying to TP in to try and defend a few bases. Iceberg gonna dodge, Duke. Nothing going down right now. They are going to be taking out these tier 3 towers at the moment. As we just see that after that fight recap, that was a 4-for-1 with the buyback coming on El Titan. Another 3k gold swing in favor of Duza after they after they had some pretty nice team fights. To lose like that is always a sad thing to see, as we are going to be seeing the Queen of Pain. They're trying to slow them down the best they can. Limbo is going to get forced back for a little bit, thanks to the huge amount of harassment being done by the tower. And the Legion Commander jumps in. Can he take down Exist? Yes, she will.
Not even a contest.
The A ultimate gonna hit 2. These A ultimates have just been surely on point throughout this entire game. And King R going in for even more damage as Gasha, taking a huge amount of damage. Slark may go down. He did have his Shadow Dance to take out, but he was just a little bit too greedy with it, and this may be the opportunity for Goomba to get anything in return. We do see Bandit, though, just right-clicking like a boss. Huge crits there coming in. As Legion Commander's got an additional 152 points of damage. Maiden will eventually go down. That's going to be a 3 for nothing right there. Legion Commander crew do kind of just overstay their welcome just a little bit. In the meanwhile, we do see the Ancient Apparition gonna get back to base. Although, is he gonna be okay? Yep, the Orchid isn't gonna do enough damage to kill him. And he's gonna go rotate back to mid and even get a little bit of experience out of the deal. But either way, we do see that Goomba Gaming, they do kind of have a little bit of life still left in them. But I feel that that was less Goomba doing well and more Legion Commander. They kind of stayed there too long. Exist, gonna get nuked down. And EDE just watches in helplessness as this BKB'd up Legion Commander gains even more damage. And what does she go for next? As in, you can go for lots and lots of fun, interesting things with 3.2k gold. I'm hoping for rapiers, because rapiers are fun. Unless you're on the team who's had your character decide to pick up a rapier and throw the game. But I'm not on their team, so rapiers are fun. Of course, right now Slog also has a 3.4k goal, and the smart answer for what they're waiting for is just simply buybacks. Because at the moment, the only way that they can lose is the way that they lost the last time. In the sense of that they lose a bunch of team fights, they don't have the buyback, and they just lose a bunch of towers. Having said that, they've only lost one tier 1 tower at the moment. At the moment, it's just going to take... They're going to have to lose about 3 or 4 team fights in a row just to get back to equal. One quick look at the net worth. It has equaled out surprisingly. We've kind of seen an up and down moment, but it's still around about 10k in favor of Duza. As in 10k is, in most competitive games, an impossible task to breach. Has been done before. There have been a few very, very awesome upsets. In fact, I think the biggest upset is around about 20k gold. And I think if you can bring back a 10k gold deficit, you go into the top 50 comebacks ever. The Sea Slark, he is looking for some damage. He's kind of looking in the middle, waiting. They don't know where he is though. As he's gonna find Chill, and he's like, here's Johnny! Going in for the right clicks, the silence is gonna be enough. In fact, King R may be in a bit of trouble. He is going to be saved, though, by the repel. And King R forced back. But that was, you know, the Zeus ultimate being popped right there. It's going to be 80 seconds without that Zeus ultimate, without the huge amount of damage that he tried to use to blow down the Slark. And this is going to be the time they start taking down Rax. Now, the Roshan is up if they want to go pick him up with his cute little Santa hat. But at the same time, the Rax are there. The cooldowns are off for Goomba Gaming. And we see King R just doing that right-click damage, doing that right-click power. Legion kind of waiting in the background in case anyone gets a little bit too close. And is he going to initiate right now? No, he isn't. Can't blink in quite yet, thanks to that super-duper annoying Ignite coming out from the Ogre Magi. But the Stomp is going to miss. And King, it looks like this is a little bit of a bait. I think this might be in a huge amount of trouble. Gets the right-click, gets the pounce, gets the stun. And Queen of Pain just ceases to exist. Tish, as we see the ranged Rax gonna end up going down eventually, and they're probably gonna go down here on bottom and start taking down these tier 3s as the this is gonna be a 4 versus 5 for the next 40 seconds. If you have a quick look at the buyback status, nobody apart from the Legion Commander has a buyback, and the Legion Commander is going balls to the walls right now. Bandit, he's got a BKB, the Slot coming in for damage as well. The Elder Titan though does a huge amount of damage and forcing the Shadow Dance out of King R, but the Omni Knight is here to do the work. The A ultimate's gonna break EDE for a moment. And that is going to be the retreat for Duza for now. I think they're going to just push back this creep wave, maybe go back and regen a bit up, or just take this Roshan instead, as we see the Zeus ultimate is going to get to taking out the Slog there with the help of the Elder Titan. But while it's happening, they're just going to go pick up this Roshan casually. The 3 supports. Iceberg does eventually come in to help, but it almost feels a little bit of a wasted help, so to say. She doesn't need to turn up, and she is going to pick up that Aegis, so she's got buyback and Aegis, so you have to kill her 3 times to have any chance of pushing anything down. And she's got 5k gold. What are we going to see next? As it looks like she wants to start taking some kills. We're going to be following Legion for a little bit. 180 additional damage. Maybe you just start going for crit. As in crit plus that amount of damage equals painful, painful memories. Just look at that. Nuking down those Ancients. Meanwhile, we do see that Goomba Gaming trying to make a kind of a comeback here. I think Queen of Pain has managed to pick up some nice items in the form of an Orchid and the Ghost Scepter. Being the highest farmer in their side, but the Spectre, as in he was supposed to be their carry, he has managed to pick up a Diffusal Blade, but at the moment he's basically a support. A crappy support at that.
Dire's bottom tower
And again, this is not because of Chris has done a terrible job. This is just because of Duza has done an amazing job at keeping him down, constantly just ganking him, making sure he never has any moment of space. It started with that tri-lane, as we see Legion Commander's going to pick up her first kill right there. Onto Spectre. Yeah. That's not fun if you're Spectre. Do you see Limbo is kind of going to pop his ultimate off. The ultimate from Zeus isn't going to be enough, but this Queen of Pain will probably pick up a kill right near onto Limbo.
How can such a thing be?
Zeus gets the last right click. So that is going to be 2 supports there going down. Meanwhile, we see Legion Commander trying to go mad. Although she's not using duel because it is on cooldown right now. She used to go pick up that Spectre kill. but that is going to be another kill there coming out for her, as she's got 206 extra damage, which is a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We do see Slock going to just stun up Exist. The Ghost Scepter is going to save it for a little bit. The Stomp going to slow down King R for a moment, and Exist will be able to get out of there thanks to her 1 charges plus bottle. But either way, as in that's going to basically be the opportunity for Duza to start pushing down this tier 2 tower. This tier 2 tower probably going to end up going down, and very little they can do to stop it. Especially as by now the Spectre needed to start carrying. Queen of Pain is not a late game carrier, not even when she's ahead, and she's not ahead right now, as in she's currently 6, 6, and 9, which is not where you want a Queen of Pain to be, if you want her to be ahead. And so the Spectre needs to have taken control of the game at the moment. The King R may get another kill right here. They have kind of spotted this instant stun comes out, didn't even need to use the Abyssal Blade, and that's going to be another kill. King R might go down right now though. The ultimate getting popped in, nice movement right there. Exists doing the work, but Slock buys back immediately. Now they realise they have popped that quite considerable long cooldown on Queen of Pain, 130 seconds. So they're just going to use it to keep pushing forwards, as they know it's a 4 versus 5 right now. If we have a quick look at buyback. Nobody on the oh no, a few of the supports and the like do have buyback status, but at the same time, they're not really the heroes you want to have. Sneers with here, Duel's going to pop out immediately. The ultimate from the Omni Knight as well. Chill, desperately trying to chill, and he will be able to get out of there, even though he's frozen up by the Ancient Apparition ultimate, and Maiden may get nuked down right here. He is going to get saved up by the Abaddon, but this Slock just doing the right click damage, that blood just doing the work right there. Buybacks coming into handy. Can he be able to get out? We do see the Spectre ultimate is going to get popped. King R desperately trying to run away, but the huge amount of survivability we're seeing coming out from all these players, where King R kind of runs in the wrong moment. The Spectre though taking a whole bunch of damage, and they may be able to turn this around with only the Ancient Apparition left alive. The buyback from Spectre coming at the last moment. That is going to be a 4-0 right there. As Legion, where is Legion? Legion did manage to get out of there, as we do see, in fact, they did lose both sets of racks. So if we have a quick look at the team fight, that was a 5-4-2 in the end. So a nice swing in favor of Goomba, but they lost another set of racks, and 2 sets of racks is where things get hard to come back from. As in, the Spectre wasn't even there for most of the fight, meaning that he's not going to be anywhere near getting any item he needs at any moment in time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, the chat right now is talking a little bit about the Spectres. He basically has no farm, which is a bit of a shame if you're a Spectre fan, but pretty good if you're a Duza fan. If you're a fan of the Russian teams, as Russian teams are always pretty fun to watch per se, just because of, you know, that huge amount of aggression that always comes out from the CIS scene. In the meanwhile, we do see Legion Commander going to pick up another duel win. It's almost worth not even talking about it anymore. As we see the mech getting popped out, and Duza just has so much sustainability that it's crazy. As a Legion trying to go, she does actually get nuked down right there. Very nice job coming out from Exist, just using that huge nukage coming out from the Ethereal Blade. And they may be able to take out Limbo right now. The ultimate from this Elder Titan coming in handy as well, and he'll get nuked down before he can even pop his ultimate. Or before his ultimate can come off cooldown. That's going to be a 2-for-1 right there, coming out for Goomba, as they did lose a Spectre, but that's going to be another 3k gold swing in favor with this Queen of Pain starting to look a little bit more dangerous. And you have to remember, this Queen of Pain ultimate is BKB proof, meaning that no, she doesn't scale off quite as hard as much anymore. Having said that, they still lost 2 sets of racks, making it very, very difficult for her to come back. But it is still possible. If I quick look at the gold graph, start off at 15k, kind of shot up a little bit, as in this little, small, tiny upward dash, like mark, that is a dash of hope. That is a dash of maybe Goomba bringing this back, as this has to come into the top 15 comebacks if Goomba do manage to take this out of the bag. As in before 6.81, the original, 6.82 I mean, the original version with the huge rubber banding effect, this would have actually been the, got you into the top 5 in terms of comebacks. in a competitive game, obviously. As I'm sure somewhere out there, there's a team who managed to get like a 50k lead and then gave it up through just pure throwing that wasn't actually a bot. Because let's face it, in pub matches, everything has happened at least once.
Invisibility.
Heck, someone's actually probably tried to play Spectre support before. Don't ask me why. If you try to understand what pubs do, it burns the face. And the soul. Either way, we do see the Invis room being picked up on Abaddon and Slark. It looks like they want to go for their last push. As if they take out Mega Rex right now, no matter how much team fights they can win, Mega Rex is just so difficult for this team to deal with that it's basically going to take everything they've got to keep this Mega Rex, the Mega Creeps from taking out their base. And we do see Limbo just doing the damage to this tower. Already gone down to 1k health. Limbo did get forced back a little bit there. Stomp, gonna miss everybody. And we do see Legion Commander being repelled up all the time, so very nice job there coming out for the Omni Knight, just making sure they've always got that. We do see the dust gonna jump out. And this could be pretty huge as we do see that Kingar gonna jump forward, gonna get spotted out, gonna go for the right clicks, and that dust not really doing very much, but at the same time, they're just gonna use their tank ability to try to avoid all the damage. We see the huge amounts of multicast there onto the Omni Knight, but the Omni Knight managed to save himself with the Yule Scepter. Can he save himself? No, he can't. There's too much damage there coming out from the Goomba squad, and this is going to be full retreat coming out for Duza. Duza, can they truly win this team fight? We do see Sheriff, though, kind of attacking him during his ultimate, and the Legion Commander comes in, the A ultimate. This is going to actually be huge, hitting all three right there. Going to get the dual kill, going to get a second kill, looking for a third one, but the Queen of Pain says no. The Slot goes in with the damage, going to silence him up for he can pop off his Dark Pact, and that's going to be a 4 for 2 right there. Goomba, they hold. But while this happens, well, the middle tower isn't really holding. So that's going to be a full team wipe coming out right there. Spectre goes down once more, but at the moment, the Spectre, he's basically not going to carry. Let's accept that, move on. As this is going to be the Queen of Pain show. We do see that tier 4 does go down right now, and at the moment, Duza, they might just decide to consider simply going for tier 4s and going for throne. As in fact, even the tier 3 is going down. As in, at the moment, Duza,
Dire's bottom tower
they're not having the greatest team fights. We see it's gone all the way back up to a 10k lead. But at the same time, they've got so much money that they can just simply win the game by throwing money at the enemy team until they win.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just basically fill up a huge sack with coins and beat the enemy team with them.
Dire's structures are
figuratively, not
fortified.
literally. Although that would be amazing
Dire's
if you could
bottom
do that.
tower is under attack.
I think there was a hero in Dota 1 like called the Gambler, which actually
Dire's bottom
could
tower
do a bunch of stuff with money. As we do see Maiden trying to be annoying right now. Limbo is going to end up going down, not with a Omni Knight also being able to help him. The A ultimate going to be coming out to exist. Well, she is going to dodge that A ultimate, going to blink it in the trees. Runs away. That's going to be 35 to 45. As we do see that in terms of kills, Goomba has made a small comeback. A Spectre, I'm not even sure where you go right now. It's too late for Radiance. You can't really go for anything. Your main job is just to be annoying enough that the opposing team focuses you for a little bit and allows the Queen of Pain to do the real work. And let's look at that damage on the Legion Commander. 390 additional damage. She's got the minus armor on the Escalator, got the minus armor on the Assault Cuirass. She is just doing so much right now. Not even damage, just so much everything. Literally one clicking creeps, and she doesn't have a rapier. This is literally levels of damage you usually see on rapier heroes, but she's got 260 extra damage. So the Ogre Mage are going to initiate there onto Maiden. Maiden is going to get nuked down. The luck and the favor of Gasha right there. And meanwhile, though, Legion Commander going to pick up the first kill right there, going in for a second one onto Chill. Can she pick up the damage? Yes, she can. The cheese has been wasted, but at the same time, that is going to be a 2 for 2 right there. The buyback's not coming out, though. Kingar may have lived up past his expiry date, but the Aegis is going to be coming back out. Can he get out? We do see Limbo going to be waiting a few more moments. Kingar, can he jump away? No, he can't. As that is going to be a 4 the 2 right there, including 2 buybacks. But once again, Goomba hold. Once again, Goomba can continue onwards to keep things going, and that's going to be another 5k gold swing. How the hell did that work? Am I reading that right? As in, Duza lost that team fight, but somehow lost 5k gold.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh yes, because of the buybacks. Never mind. I will pay attention.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, those buybacks were pretty expensive right there. We do see that Slark does have his buyback ready, so if they do decide to seriously consider taking out these tier 3 towers, as there is no fortification pops, Slark may have to force his buyback right now. That is what the rest of Goomba are trying to do right now. Although we are seeing that Legion Commander gonna get his duel off.
Dire's middle barracks
And the Ghost Scepter just means he survives for a little bit, but those right clicks
has fallen.
Blasphemy!
That is going to be the tier 3 that going down here onto middle, and Chill might be in a bunch of trouble. Did try and TP out, but got disrupted by that Yule Scepter. But either way, that was a nice kill there coming out, but the Zeus is down for another 100 seconds. There is no ultimate. He doesn't have buyback for another 5 minutes, so, well, the Roshan is down. Do Duza try and go for this? If I have a quick look at buyback status, we do see that everybody, well, all the important heroes in Duza, apart from the Omni Knight, have buyback. In fact, even the Ancient Apparition almost has buyback. She just needs around about 600 more gold. Well, if we have a quick look at the Zeus, has managed to pick up almost a heart, which means he goes from being pretty squishy and doing no damage to being kind of tanky and doing no damage. And meanwhile, we see King are going to pick up a kill here on Chill. Although the stun's going to be pretty good. Not going to be enough, though. And in fact, King may actually need to get out right now. The multicaster real! The multicaster coming out! As he does manage to Shadow Dance away, though, at the last moment. He needed that 4 times last multicast, not the 3 times one. And this Ogre Magi has just seriously been the most lucky Ogre Magi I have ever seen. I don't think I've seen him get less than the 3 times multicast on either of his abilities. In the meanwhile, yeah, we're starting to see the tier 2s forces going to be initiated upon. We do see the Legion Commander doing a huge amount against Gasha right there. Ogre Magi goes down, so does the Spectre. This may be it. The Ancient's getting taken out. Can Goomba defend the last time? No, they can't. The fortification gets popped. The GG gets played. And they're diving the fountain. As that is going to be. Goomba they just couldn't find the farm and the Spectre, meaning as soon as they got to the late game, they basically had a third support who wasn't doing very much. And although the Queen of Pain, she fought admirably, we saw Duza, they did an amazing job of just consistently farming, consistently ganking that Spectre, with the Slog and Legion Commander in particular doing some amazing things. Also, a huge shout out there to Ancient Apparition, as just hitting ultimate after ultimate after ultimate after ultimate. But either way, this has been Major here casting on Rasmus TV. You can follow us on Twitch TV, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Not Friendster or MySpace. And we are going to be going into game number 3 to find out who finally wins against Goomba and Duza. So do stay tuned. Or don't. I'm not an adult. I'm not your parents. You're an adult now. You can make your own decisions.